Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is going to be different. I don't think I've done this before, but I wanted to go through something with you guys. I am a frequent thrifter. I like to go to collectible stores, hobbyist stores, thrift stores, old vintage stores, gaming stores, stuff like that. Secondhand, essentially. And luckily in my area, there are quite a bit in big city, so I came across something quite unique to me. It's from the late 80s, from 1989, and I don't have much knowledge about it, but I do have knowledge. I have the basics known for a later edition known as 5e. So we'll be looking through this little Advanced Dungeons and Dragons second edition, one focused on Dark Sun. It's a box set. Now, from the appearance, it looks like it's been through a bit. There are some notable wear and tear on here, and just taking a little price tag right here. Here we go. Missed one. Now, this is the back of it, and I hope you guys can see it. I believe I have it sharp enough. So the whole point of this video is to let's get a little closer so I can show you guys here. There we go. Make sure it's just a little focused on. There we go. It looks like it looks pretty good. Okay, make that a little sharper for you guys. So this is um this is the back of it. Explains everything about the box set, shows what is in the box. There's a lot more in here that caught me off guard. So this was in a locked up case, rightfully so. It's definitely not super valuable. It was about $50, which I don't have a tendency to spend that much, but because this was Dungeons and Dragons related, and what was inside is what made me cave and buy it. That's a collectible. And I'm not really an avid collector in physical media, but I've been becoming one in collecting old gaming manuals and old Nintendo Power magazines. I've always been a collector of big box PC games. That's evident. I've been doing that for years, very casually so. But as far as like boxed old tabletop, not entirely. I do have a lot of modern ones, but not enough to fill a room. This was probably definitely for me the cream of the crop by my standards because I don't have anything vintage tabletop wise. So this one is obviously focused on this Dark Sun storyline campaign. I'm not too familiar with it, so I'm approaching this as a very much a noob. 1991 is that when this box was here released, so a little correction on my part. And like I said, it does have some wear. It's obviously seen its fair use, fair share of play. But what's inside is what caught me off guard. So let's just expand out a bit so you guys can see it. I'm going to adjust the camera just a bit. All right, here we go. There's definitely a lot of things in here. So what we're going to do is just work our way from right to left. Take this off. And there's a lot of character sheets in here. There's a ton of character sheets. It's incredible what I found in here. So there's roughly probably 40, 50 character sheets that the prior owner has kept in here. So I'm gonna put this off to the side and we're not gonna obviously go through every character sheet in detail. Like we're not gonna read line by line. This will be an hours long video as much as I would like to do that. Okay, just a little focus change for you, which will be frequent. So yeah, it's all character sheets. They're a little differently. They're differently themed. There's some original character sheets in here. There's some printed or copied. Obviously, this was in the early '90s, so I'm sure this owner. Again, I haven't vetted. I haven't looked through any of this. There could be so much random stuff. I'm not entirely sure as far as inappropriate things or like you know curse words or just random information. I just skimmed through everything, make sure there was nothing sitting in here that's too personal. There were some papers in here that we will see, but everything so far was fairly normal for a tabletop for a D&D box set, just with tons and tons of character sheets. And there are a lot of stains. There are a lot of like coffee stains, rust, wear. But all these sheets are actively used. These were heavily used. There's eighth level, there's seventh level character sheets. You have the attributes here, which I'm familiar with, at least for 5e, but everything else is a little more um, I'm unfamiliar with. Obviously, hit points I know about. Things are just arranged differently. I'm very eager to learn AD&T Second Edition, and I know someone personally who has played AD&T Second Edition for his entire life since the 90s, 80s, whatever. So once I meet up with him in the coming weeks, I hope to. And it's not actually someone I'm like call myself a friend with. Someone I used to work with, and I contacted them because I've been interested in learning the old school Dungeons and Dragons editions. And I remember when I worked with him, he was a very years long expert. Played his entire life traditional pen and paper, pencil and paper D&D. So I was really eager to pick his brain on that and see if he could teach me or like in person because he's actually a dungeon master at heart. So these are all the sheets. Again, like they're all random characters. They're I don't know if this was like one person's notes or like this is like a team, a campaign, a full on like dozens of players just kind of kept this together. But it looks like they did some combat here. So there's obviously a lot of math. I don't know if this was actually D&D related, but I do see fictional names. There's a lot of like these custom written notes about spells, what they do. There's all these mostly character sheet related items were in the first batch when I opened this up. It was organized because the store the store that had it looked through it obviously before putting it out on the floor. You'll start to see some stains showing up, whether it's water, coffee, I don't know. Luckily, there's no weird smell coming out of this box when I open it. But more characters, more different formatted character sheets. It looks like mutant animal. That's intriguing. Again, I learn more about D&D Second Edition. I might become more familiar with what these different formats represent. Um, Looks like these are actually a little different. I wonder if this is actually D&D at all. A mutant animal. Correct me if I'm wrong if you guys are familiar with this, but it's bio worksheet for animal character creation. I don't know if this is Paladin Books. I don't know if this is D&D related. Again, I could be wrong, but it looks very much different. Ninjutsu. It looks like it's for an RPG. You have hit points, you have alignment, you have occupation. Maybe it just fell in here with the collectibles. I might actually keep this one apart. Do further research on these ones specifically. But everything else looks like it's, unless I missed something. But I'll keep these ones apart. Maybe there's something else. But back to character sheets. These are all AD&D. Character event Evander Ledgewood, fighter, thief, acrobat, 777 level, alignment CN, gray elf. Not sure what the other thing is about. 64 hit points. Yeah, so this guy really advanced far. A lot of proficiency skills. Interesting. More sheets. Again, it's all character sheets. And like I said, I don't know handwriting wise. I don't really know. I actually didn't bother to just compare if they are the same person. Mostly pencil. There's obviously some pen in here. This one is Zendivel, human, cleric, druid, 18th, 11th, 13th, 68 hit points. I mean, there's definitely some characters in here that this looks like the same handwriting. I wonder if this was the same person. I'm mainly looking at the seven. Seven is always a number that I like to see if it's easy to tell if it's the same. Or sorry, not seven, 17 double-digit numbers. You can tell if someone's handwriting is the same. And it, or even the twos. It could be the same person, but again, this is really intriguing stuff. Here's a different type of sheet. Looks like it's spells with statistics on range and area of effect. Here's a copied one. Scanned, copied, another stain. Uh, this one is Samar, Human Fighter 7, Chuck Graff, player's name. That's the real player's name. Okay. Um, Male, 25, 6'2", blind, blonde hair, blue eyes. Social class UMC, I think that's what it says. Odin religion. Saving throws, movement, 68 seat. Yeah, these guys really pushed it. From what I took a quick glance at the rules for this game. Oop, that's not the right side up. For this game. And apparently, players were encouraged or told to have them statistically higher trait wise, ability score wise, compared to a normal campaign, because this I guess the storyline is so treacherous and difficult. Your player characters needed to be very strong compared to the usual standard start. Because again, apparently this campaign was very brutal. So if you guys ever played Dark Sun, which I never have, the first time I'm holding it on camera at least, um, bought this earlier today. If you guys are familiar with Dark Sun, feel free to write in the comments what you've experienced and what you know about this game. If it is treacherous, difficult, brutal, etc. So, and I hope you guys can really see the screen. I know I'm not doing much justice with these character sheets. I'm trying. I hope the camera's sharp enough you guys can read it, and I hope you can see the entire thing too. I just realized I'm a little off. This one really looks like it's been on top of in a Starbucks cafe or something. But that's a lot of coffee, or at least a lot of wear. That this character is Bantier continued. I think it says continued. So it might have been another character. Level 7th. This one's definitely seen the most wear. HP is seeing all the eraser marks. 81. -4 AC. See, that's new to me. I don't know why it'll be negative, unless there's some kind of obstructions going on, or items that are hindering his armor class. Again, you can learn that. I don't know if it changed the 5e or up to 5e. Here's some more notes, potions. These handwritings look a little different, a little more, not as bad as mine. Teleport without error. Trap the soul. A lot of really interesting stuff. When I opened this in the store, I was just blown away. Like there is so much history in here. This looks like it's straight out of a a shit bottle, like an actual old scroll. This thing has definitely might have been at the top of the box, inside the box. Thug character, that's the name Thug. Half ogre fighter, 7th level, 85 hit points. I really think this might have been. What are the chances this was a huge campaign, or because the handwriting, like I said, if you look at the numbers, they look very much the same person. But there's some that have character names, some sheets that don't. A lot of these were copied. Here's a core sheet. Xanthos Zakaria. This one, 42 HP, a little less than compared to the others. Gray Elf, it's kind of covered by this fold. Tazen? Neutral alignment, Gray Elf, Fighter, level 7. Here's another OG. Jovial Korea. I don't even want to try that one. Yep, same 7s. This might have been the same person. This might have been like maybe just a all-in-one box for this guy's history and D&D character sheets, or he just used this to store all these character sheets in here for some reason. Just again, it's really interesting to look through this kind of historical documents. Really, Andrea Edropoulos, that's the character name. This one says Tasman Velen. This is a Alsterian. Interesting. A lot of races I'm not familiar with. Human Minotaur. Oh, interesting. Alec Fighter, 8th level, 50 health. I had never seen much filled in this area though. The honor, I'm not too familiar with that. I see the ability scores are a little different though. They have an additional half. I wonder if that's per the race, perhaps. Oh, this one's definitely unique. Look at this one. Looks like it's an original print, perhaps, or much different setup. Advanced D&D. Is this the first D&D? Am I missing something? How tiny the handwriting is. Battle axe, weapons. This looks like it's. I don't know. If this could be the original D&D. There's a backside too. A lot of stains. Take everything with me. There's like a little there's a like a slogan down here, like a family, what do you call it? Crest. I, Alec, do hereby take everything with me. Really interesting stuff. Oh, Alec. Oh, it's the same character name as the last sheet we just looked at. Player name. That's a different player. Mike. I can't read the last part. Wheel. Oh, now we're getting to back to I think this is 2E. Yep. So some different people actually had their notes in here, or different. This obviously not just one person, and I highly doubt it was just one person. All these character sheets. This looks like it's some kind of story. Cursive. It's trying to see if it's actually D&D related. I don't know. Teleport. Yeah, teleport 600 pounds. Yeah, that's definitely D&D related. Sword. This looks like it's a mini character sheet. Initiative. Alignment. Yep, that's just a kind of a side character sheet, probably. Got some more spells here. A lot of spells, a lot of magic I've noticed in this collection. That's definitely a looks like a custom character sheet, actually. Look at this thing. This might have been from an old DOS computer, dot matrix printer or something. It's definitely like in some old spreadsheet software. Wow. Yeah, there's all these. I think we're getting to the custom works here. Animal lore, hunting. That's really cool. So someone made their own custom sheet. That's the first one so far I've come across. That's like straight from someone printed out from an old computer. More of the same here. This one looks like it's a little different. Oh, it's the backside of the one we've been looking at all day. Quarum Bantry. Uh, Neutral good, I think. Alignment. I'm still getting used to the alignments here. I'm kind of used to more Paladin Renegade. This one is not filled, but the front is. Mark Silverstone. I should like that name. Merrick Silverstone. Merrick from Yu-Gi-Oh! I like that name. Merrick Silverstone. That's pretty good. Don't blame me if I actually borrow some names from this pile. There's so many freaking inspirations going on through my mind right now. Edmondor Ledgewood. I like this character. This is second edition character sheet. I like this one. It's got the green and it's really simply laid out. Not a lot of room for. I mean, yeah, it's a little compressed. This one might have been. Looks like it's printed. It is an official sheet. TSR. Okay. More spells. More of the same. Hope I'm not boring you guys. I just think this is really intriguing. Yeah, there's a kind of a very unique stain right there. We're looking at now another custom made sheet. It looks familiar. I haven't come across any, unless I missed it. I've been too distracted by all these sheets, but we haven't come across these animal ones, these mutant animal. Maybe that's the game. I gotta look that up after this video. Um, Human lore, demon lore, Damien lore, more spells, proficiencies. I'm not really familiar with this. Here's another custom print sheet. Maybe a friend made it for the group and they just used it. They ran out of sheets or from here perhaps. Cookie official Star Wars character sheet. Oh, so now we're running into different tabletops. This is Star Wars Perception. Wonder which Star Wars RPG it is. Cookie's official Star Wars character sheet. Lightsaber melee. This is cool. Force control, photoreceptor, norm thermal image. I'm going to put this one aside with the mutant animal one. Now we're looking at modified hack, free runner type, modified combat assault vehicle. This is definitely not D&D. Fire control, but it is RPG related. Don't know if it's Star Wars kilometers. I don't know if it's Star Wars related or what. I'm trying to find keywords for fire arc, damage 40 moved. Looks like it's two sheets together. I don't think there's a character name. I don't see it. I don't know if it's a character sheet. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna put that one off to the side in a separate pile. We're getting to things that I don't think these are D&D now, but they have obviously these are tabletop related documents. This is another Star Wars one. This is obviously another Star Wars one. I think. Yep. Stop. Nope. Uh, no. This is a machine gun one. This one is modern day or World War II. I don't know. Primatology or criminology. Ah, I did not really realize these. I didn't realize these were in here compared to when I first looked at it, looked through it. Weapons. This is more modern day. Vapor canteen. Like a list of weapons. Oh, wait. Force, statistic, skill. Are these force of will? Are these just telekinesis? Are these Star Wars? Sense skill, sense mutual multi skill, transfer life. This could be Star Wars related. I'm curious. Force. There's a lot of in the force keywords, obviously. More Star Wars. This one is obviously another. Yeah, force powers. So I think we're in a Star Wars collection going on right now, and I'm going to have to look up. Well, this is a druid, so this is back to D&D, perhaps. Yep, this is D&D. So this stays in the box. We have another printed copy. We have a OG copy right here. This one's a little more. This one's a little. Uh, wow, Drake, Drake Malfoy. This one's it's a little more unique, I guess. I'm trying to think of the word. It's just this is really overwhelming for me. It's like opening. What do you call this? You like a time machine or time box. Your family uh puts into the ground like a time capsule, essentially. I'm sorry, time capsule. This one's fragile too. That was the simple English word I forgot. Time capsule. Let's see. Control, more force. That's Star Wars. Okay, we got through the character sheets. I think. I believe I did organize this before bringing it over here. So now we have maps, which I don't have room to show, but there are lots of maps in here. I'm going to try to organize these. So I'm going to put maps over here into the box. There's 4 books. There is Homeport, Wherein the Tale Begins. There's Al Sartan. Book 3, Nada Al Hazan. Nada Al Hazan. Book 4, the Genies Claws. The Genies Claws. I don't want to butcher these. I really don't. Book 5, which the Steaming Isles, the map booklet. So this is everything. I'm guessing resources for the campaign, the quest perhaps, or yeah, this one's definitely not. So I'm gonna move my mouse over here, put this off to the side. I want to keep these things kind of organized. So character sheets over here, maps will be over the camera view. This is another map. It's Al. Cannot pronounce that. If you guys can, feel free to type it in. But Land of Fate. Just not sure what letter that is. If it's a D or a B, applicant, Alcaban, Kadim. Yeah, I'm not that smart apparently. So this one has a little more graphics on it. Oops. Go. More maps. All right, we're getting to some booklets. So character sheet records. Okay, so basically all of these character sheets, all 50 or however many there are in here, were stuffed in this booklet. And this booklet has been written in. So in pen, this is an example character sheet, I think. It's not actually this is from the author. Just as an example. It tells you how to create your character. So this is more so the guide, I think. It helps you create your character sheet, generation, and then there is a bunch more character sheets in here. that have not been cut out. So there's a bunch more to go through. And like I said, I don't know. I see the same guy, Mike Reel. His name was back in there again. So maybe he was one of the owners of this box. But I'm kind of quickly, yeah, Michael Reel. So if anybody knows that person, that's obviously who this used to belong to. These are all fresh. They're not filled in, so I might have some fun with that. So they're two-sided. Some stains in the middle as usual. Lots of room for content. More character sheets that have not been used. That's really cool. Put this over here. Then we have, I'm going to actually move this out of the way so I can put the booklets. I want to keep the booklets over there. Here's the DM screen. So we have, I'm going to try to show you guys the whole thing in part, most of it. That's the, I did open this already, so I've seen the insides. As a DM screen will look like. As everything a DM would need, it looks like. Attack matrix for clerics, druids, and monks. Magic users, illusionists, combat saving throw tables. And it's a little, this one's also a little fragile. It's kind of getting weak in the middle and at the dividers. And there is a backside. And then there's the owner put this KUP sticker on it, a couple of them. It freaked me out because I thought that this was actually part of the booklet, but no, it's just a couple stickers. So, yeah. And then 6, let's see. More maps. This one has kind of looks like it's focused on one little town or one part of the city. With some information about it. Wonders of Zuckar Market. So it's a market. At least it's in this little area here. That's definitely a map, though. That's on the map pile. We have characters and costumes. So some visual representation of the lore. That's cool. This pile will go. I'm gonna put this in the book pile, the 1 through 5, because it's lore related. Or actually, this might actually be better off where I put the DM screen on the maps. I'll put this in the maps. We have more pictures. This is a 3-hole tent with a visual of it. So some visual aids for people who like to see what the character's doing or going to. It's a huge little city. Or it's not a huge little city. This is a big city. As long as the City of Delights. That's cool. I like that. It's all in one document. North is that way. Tells you information about the city. Key is the one port of enlightenment, also called the heart of the civilized world. So there are locations to go through. That's a very, very packed city. That's cool. That's one of my favorite ones so far, actually. I love maps. My whole life just love looking at maps and whether it's fantasy or fictional or not. This one looks like it's more focused on one section of the city. Count the Court of Entitlement. Okay, so this was an area focused on the previous map we just looked at? Yeah, card 2. So they are all part of this one big map. This one looks like it's the back card 9. So yeah, there's all these cards, and I wonder if I even have all the cards. Okay, so this is definitely a pile. These are all basically areas the DM would pass to the players, perhaps, I'm guessing, if they were to enter one of these areas from that original core map we looked at, perhaps. The Golden Mosque. Huh. Dome. Interesting. We have Modest Domed House. Demon House. House. Okay. A lot of cards. I think we're getting to the rule book now. Tower House. All right, so now we have the transparent hex. Familiar with that. Alkadim. I think it's Alkadim. I could be wrong, but yeah, area. Okay, I'm correcting myself. QADIM. Alkadim. Alkadim. Sounds like it's more for the area. That's cool. I always like to come across these sheets, just using it with a erasable marker. So that's definitely going on the map area. Okay, now we have, looks like this is a advertisement or just more information? Or it was, oh yeah, this is definitely something in the back of, obviously, at the bottom of the box. It's something quite unique, that's for sure. Huh. So it looks like it's just a nonprofit historical reenactment group from the golden age of the pirates, 1625 to 1800. The Brethren of the Coast. Reminds me of Pirate Board, which I do have. So this will go in a separate pile that is going to be for advertisement or miscellaneous. I think I will put this over here. Move my Star Wars stuff over. There we go. And then I'll do that. So we have more maps. This one's actually a much bigger map. Then we have some books here. Dungeon Masters books. These are ones you can actually fold and put on the table like this. It has a bottom. Just kind of show you guys here as an example, like this. Then you flip the. Doesn't hold too well, but that's essentially what it does. Then you flip the card, and it would be referenced to the players, perhaps. So that's like so. Looks like these are for the players. These are aids, I think. Just visual aids. Reference cards, perhaps. Can flip through because these have well, information really. I don't know. Dwarven children. Yeah, I think these are like lore dungeon masters. So this is for the DM. So that will go with the DM screen. Then we have the player aid cards. So I was right about it being an aid, a visual aid. This one is definitely filled out. Or unique. We have like visual representations of something, some subject matter. A giant snake. A giant creature. A giant desert creature. Okay, so that will go there. Then we're getting at the meat of it, besides all the character sheets, we got the rules book. So I'm going to move this, I'm going to get the last three things out of the box so that I can actually fold out that's another map. This map is, yeah, we'll put that in the map box. I'll take the bottom out here, and that way we can actually go through these rule books. I guess we'll start the Wandering Journal. The Wanderer's Journal. So, journal. Table of contents. We have 5 chapters. The World of Athos. Looks like it's has plenty of text and visuals. That's pretty cool. Covers everything but the society itself. I literally thought for a second that this was like a professional cyclist. Look at the helmet. Glasses kind of wears the, cyclists kind of wear like textured spandex. They have like colors on them. I literally thought that's what it was, but obviously it's just he just has something special top on. That's pretty cool. So merchants. Looks like that's a wizard or something in that nature. Halflings. This is more information on the lore, I think. Thasian society, or it's about this Thasian society or Athasian society. If the players were to run into it, or if it's actually a big part of the story. Again, if you played this Dark Sun box campaign, feel free to type away. I don't know anything about this. I am completely new to this content, but this book is pretty neat. I do like it. The Wanderer's Journal. So that's probably most likely for the player. More advertisement. So we have a pile for that. Dungeons and Dragons game. Dealer imprint here. This one, oh, sorry, it starts from this side. 1991 fall catalog. Let's take a look at this. I do like this kind of stuff. I actually have a few from my old SimCity big box games. Let me get a sharper for you guys. And now you guys should be able to see it. So, hopefully I don't hit the camera. Dark Sun World, The Verdant Passage, DSI or DS1 Freedom. Let's see. More material for the avid players. That's really cool. I like looking at these little brochures that are found in old boxed anything really, whether it's tabletop games or PC games. Maxis. I'm a huge Maxis fan from SimCity days and 90s. I collect those brochures like crazy. Fortunately, I don't have them, but I have ones I found nowadays. I didn't have my original childhood ones. Yeah, there's even Marvel in here. So obviously this was a big seller. TSR's top 10 must-haves. Spelljammer. Heard of that. Draconomicon? That sounds pretty awesome. Ravenloft box set. Greyhawk Ruins. Sorry, I'm just good. I'm not showing you guys everything. Forgotten Realms. I know that's D&D related. I think I actually have. I think I actually have Forgotten Realms. I just realized that. I'll have to look at my pile. I could be mistaken that this is not my first D&D vintage item to come across. But D&D related, again, I'm not familiar with Forgotten Realms either. I just know it's related to D&D, I think. Hollow Worlds, that's cool. So that's going to be in our pile of advertisement. Go beyond the game. So let's zoom back out. Okay, go beyond the game. Let's see. A realm of gaming excitement is yours when you become a member of the RPGA network. Wonder if that's even still around. Role Playing Game Association and RPGs are service marks owned by TSR. That's cool. RPGA. I'm gonna look that up after this video to see if they're still up. Maybe, maybe not. Or was it just an isolated associations in some state somewhere? Or was Boston, Massachusetts? I wonder if that's still, if these guys are still around. Cool. That's really, really neat. Again, I like seeing advertisement from time to time. We have another map, so I'm gonna move this out of the way. Again, I don't have room to show the maps, so I do apologize about that. Maybe you can get a little glimpse inside this thing. So I should do a separate video just showing the maps, like show this whole table. A little knowledge, looks like it's just some information about. I'm not sure what this is actually. I think it's missing a cover. Yeah, huh, I don't know. A little knowledge. It's a story or something? Uh, Okay. I don't know if this is it is D&D related. I'll put this in the book pile. Okay, then I thought we had the rule book. Oh no, we didn't. I put on the bottom by mistake. So this is the rule book. This is the last thing we're looking at. I think. Let's check. Yep, that's it. So, um, I'm definitely gonna bring this to my work friends, see if it's gonna be useful. Or I don't know if the rules are meant for Dark Sun specifically, or I can just compare this to just some online tutorials how to play D&D 2 second edition. But it does have everything: bonus scores, character, race, classes, alignment, proficiencies, money and equipment, magic, experience, combat, treasure, counters, NPCs. Oh, NPCs, let's check that out. Vision, light, time movement, new spells. So NPCs are going to be on A2. I'm curious what NPCs it has locked up in here. There's information on how to generate NPCs. Templars as NPCs, spellcasters NPCs. Okay, so it's just coverage for NPC categories. Encounters, die roll, wizard, rock. This is actually really interesting. This will be a good little source material for this campaign, obviously, for this world. Templars as NPCs, typical administrative Templar positions. So this would definitely help the DM too. Vision and light. There is so much to this. I'm just blown away. New spells. Let's go back to the character portion of this book. Ability scores. Let's check that out first. Because again, I don't know how much different this is compared to current modern day 5e. I know it's I know there's been a lot of changes, obviously, with each edition, and obviously, but I'm seeing the double ability scores here, racial ability requirements. So that's why on some of the character sheets we saw these split ability scores. So I'm curious how that works. If you can't roll below or higher, then you have to roll within, perhaps? Or I guess it would be a dash if that was true. Uh, that's really interesting. So, character races. Wow, there's so much. I'm guessing making a character in these older versions of D&D were like advanced D&D, where it took maybe an hour plus. If you really want to dive into it, making a character for a long campaign, or if it's a quick session, a couple days, maybe that would have been half an hour. I really don't know. I'm just assuming based on 5e. But this booklet, the rules is much smaller than I expected. Again, I think this is just accustomed to this story. I gotta find that there is a D&D second edition rule book. All right, so yeah, this is pretty much what I expected. Well, it's smaller, but I think it's tailored for this. Can be tailored to this campaign. Again, if there's people who are going to see this video and who have played this like religiously, feel free to type away. Correct me. I'm sure I was mistaken several dozens of times, which I'm okay with. Again, I'm exploring this as a complete amateur, but it's just amazing what I come across. The fact there is all of these character sheets, which I'm sure this is probably puny to people who play their whole life. They probably have cabinets worth of all these character sheets. Every year, I'm guessing people play D&D traditionally or tabletop games. They have like back in the 80s, 90s growing up, I'm sure there's like folders and folders of character sheets probably kept. So again, I did not catch on to D&D. I just started playing last year, and I regret not taking part in this amazing hobby. So, but finding this at lockup case, I was $50. I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, I can just find the D&D stuff, AD&D second edition online, how to learn how to play. But the fact all of these popped out, like, holy crap! I bought it, and It looks like it has everything else. It has the 5 books. It has a bunch of maps. It has that hex transparent sheet. It has advertisement. Hell, it even has some bonus things for irrelevant games, Star Wars and Mutants and Animals, whatever it's called. But yeah, that's really it, guys. This is the video just going through this little time capsule of D&D. And if you like it, I can do more videos. Again, I have a small collection of game manuals. If you're a gamer from the 90s, PC gaming, I have some console game manuals. I collect manuals. I just have a habit of collecting. I read manuals a lot in my life, and I just started collecting them recently in the past few months. So I have a small pile of probably 20, 30. I have a bunch of PC games, which I don't know. I might go through those, but it's about a cabinet full of them. I probably have 30, 40 at most. But this one, I'm going to see if I have that Forgotten Realms one. I'll make a separate video on that one. I think that one was not as much, not filled up to the brim like this was. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll see you next time on 830 RPG.